Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be talking to you about my grandpa and why he's the most inspirational person in my life. And in my eyes, he literally was the best person ever. So growing up, not only was I young, but I didn't quite understand the many things that my grandpa or slash my papa used to say, So I never knew the meaning behind most of his words that he said. So uh, I'm kind of grateful that I now understand it now that I'm older. Way past, it kind of sucks because it's way past that he passed away, but I'm glad that I understand it now than later on in life. So, first off, we need to talk about the three main things he taught me, or taught us as a family basically was love your family, be prepared to face anything, and never give up even when it looks tough that you can't win. So, honestly, I had no clue what he meant by those things, but once I got older, I fully understood what it was, and let me start it off by loving your family. So, first, we would discuss why loving your family is important, which not only is that basically loving your family, but it means like a more deeper meaning, I think, what he was trying to tell us. So, really, my grandpa had colon cancer, so that was a big factor coming into the end of his life. So, he was really big on loving our family, making sure that everyone was okay, and he made sure that every single one of us was loved, no matter what. It was like either not like treating us and stuff like that, but it was more on a basis of why he's doing it, because we don't know how long he has left, and so during that time it was kind of hard. Um, there was this one time about loving your family about when he first was diagnosed with colon cancer. He didn't have that long to live. The doctor said he only had like 2 months to live. So he said, "Man, I need to basically like nut up and say I need to take care of my family because that's the main thing to me." So he he was a bad mofo and finished out his work, so my grandpa can get his 401k and all that stuff. So during his time, it kind of was really hard, but he always made sure that he made it to like all of us kids sporting events and stuff like that. So I think that was a big thing for him because that's also like showing why he loves us. And he always would let us know. I'm getting a little emotional, sorry, but he always let us know how much we meant to him, and that was probably one of the biggest thing. And even, oh man, even even before he passed away, literally his last hour, he made sure that he stayed alive long enough that all my aunts, uncles, and my mom and my dad, that make sure that they were all in the room so he could say goodbye to them. So that's a little hard right now, but that was like the main thing that he made sure to do. Was the last thing was to love his family right till the end. So, all right, now to move from that the touchy feely type of stuff. Let me talk to you about always being prepared no matter what. So my papa always told us to be prepared, but I had no clue what that meant by that. So, uh, first off, for example, like how you do your laundry every day, basically, or like you have to fold your clothes and make sure it's always nice. So he would always be prepared by that way, by that example, basically, where if something got to be done, you got to make sure you prepare for it and make sure that you're always done with it. So that was one of his big things. He always made sure that we were prepared to not be like stressed and not disorganized for the next day, because he knew that if you were prepared mentally that you're gonna conquer the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, then by all means keep on going. So that was like his big motto, I guess he was trying to tell us, and I got that now because I'm now more on my game about that stuff. So I'm really grateful that he taught us about those things. He always said if something was going on during that day, if it was bad or not, you gotta be prepared no matter what the repercussions were, because you don't really know what might happen, what like the future really might tell. So he always told us to be mentally, like basically mentally prepared about what's going on and about like what we need to do later on in life. So lastly, I would like to, or he actually always would mention to never give up on what we're doing, and I thought that meant just like with our sports and stuff like that. So I didn't really understand what it was because I was pretty much a dumb kid back then, but he always gave his 110%. So even when he got cancer and all that stuff, he he never gave up. So the doctor told him he only had 2 months to live. He lived 4 more years after that, and one of the things was he had to finish his job to get a 401k, or the retirement plan basically, so that my grandma could have some money growing up, or not growing up, but like, so that she'll be set, so she doesn't have to work when she gets, now she's like 70. But he really busted his butt for 3 years just to make sure that he made, basically had that 401k ready for my grandma, So um on days that he did take chemo and stuff like that, I've never seen him really drained before, but he was down and out, So it kind of was hard for him to do stuff, but you know what? He got up, did his stuff, didn't complain, and he got done with it no matter what. So um, he literally never stopped, no matter what it was happening. Especially the week before he passed away, he he was grinding, like he was literally doing the garden and stuff like that. So he never gave up, which, man, this man's so inspirational to me. And at the end of my papa's life, I finally realized what a stand up guy is, and I was too dumb to realize it. So everything he did was really to teach my family and I always to do our best, even when nothing is good or if everything is going good. In conclusion, basically, my papa is one of the best people in the world that I've ever met in my life. And without the words that he taught us growing up, I would never be the man I am today. So it's all thanks to him that I got out of the situations that have happened to me before, all because of everything that he was telling us. Honestly, there are people more inspirational out there, and I know I just gotta look at it, but honestly, my grandpa is the best person that I've ever met in my life, and I'm very thankful for all the inspirational words that he gave us. Thank you, and I hope you have a good night.